Hi, I hope everyone is safe at the moment, and well, at the time of recording this video I have to say good evening, right? Today I thought of putting out this video, right, uh, since there is lot of talk about people losing their jobs amid this coronavirus pandemic, especially those who are employed in the private sector are very much fearful of the fact whether their jobs are going to be secured once this curfew is going to be lifted, right? So today I will put my emphasis on the COVID-19 and the security of the tenure of those who are employed in the private sector, right? Now the basic question is, can an employer terminate your services as he wish, citing this COVID-19 and the financial impacts as the reasons for such termination, right? So in looking at this issue from a legal perspective, I want to clarify some issues. Firstly, if your employer is going to terminate your employment, if it is not based on a disciplinary ground, it has to be carried out according to the provisions laid out in the Termination of Employment Special Provisions Act number 45 of 1971. This act applies to the private sector in general, and it deals with non-disciplinary termination. So if the employer is going to cite the COVID-19 and the financial impact, right, of the COVID-19 pandemic as the reason for the termination, it will come under the purview of this act, since it will be not based on a disciplinary ground. So then the big question, can the employer terminate your services upon non-disciplinary grounds? If so, what are your rights? What is the procedure that has to be followed? Now, according to Section 2 of the Termination of Employment Special Provisions Act number 45 of 1971, to any scheduled employee to whom this act applies to, in simple terms, an employee in the private sector, his services, his or her services cannot be terminated unless the written consent is given by the employee for such termination, or the employer making a request to the Commissioner of Labour and gets his or her approval of the Commissioner. The Commissioner means the Commissioner of Labour. So there are only two ways in which an employee to whom this particular act applies to can be terminated on non-disciplinary grounds. Right? They are, first, if the particular employee gives his or her consent in writing. In such an instance, the employer can terminate your employment, right? If you do not give such kind of a consent, then your employment cannot be terminated. Get that, right? Then Section 3 in particular refers to the situations in which the act does not apply. I will again explain that in simple terms. So, unless you come under the purview of section 3, this act will apply to you if you are working in the private sector. Right? In which situation your employment can only be terminated amid this COVID pandemic, either upon your written consent or upon the approval of the Commissioner of Labour. Right. So, section 3 of the Act states that if the particular employer in question has not employed 15 workmen in the preceding 6 months prior to the termination of your services, this act will not apply. To elaborate further, what this means is that in the previous 6 months, if an average of 15 workmen has not worked in this particular establishment or particular workplace, this act will not apply to an employee whose employment has been terminated. If less than 15 people on average have not worked in the previous 6 months. In such an instance, this act will not become applicable. Right. The next instance is, if you have only served less than 180 days, this act again will not become applicable. Firstly, past 6 months, on average 15 people have not worked. Act does not become applicable. You have not worked for more than 180 days. Act does not become applicable. Now you can understand as to why most of the contracts are only given for 6 months. Because if it is more than that, this act would become applicable in the private sector, and thereafter your services cannot be terminated during your contract period, at least either with your written consent, right? Even in that period, right? Let's suppose that you have been given a contractual period of 1 year. You have worked for 8 months. The employer wants to terminate your employment. Then he would need to get your written consent or the approval of the Commissioner of Labour, right? So this act does not apply. Coming back to the applicability of the act, this act does not apply in a situation where the employer has not employed on average 15 persons or 15 workmen in the preceding 6 months, or if your employment is less than 180 days, right? Further to this, right, if your employment is terminated as a result of your retirement, right, the retirement age being mentioned in your contract of employment, or if there is any kind of a collective bargaining agreement, if your employment is terminated basically in the event of your retirement, this act will not apply. So there are 3 main exceptions to the applicability of this act. The number of employees who have been employed on average for the past 6 months, less than 15, act does not apply. If you have worked less than 180 days or not more than 180 days, this act does not become applicable. Further, if your services are terminated as a result of your retirement, this act will not become applicable. And the other point is that if your employer is either the government, the local government service commission, local authority, right, a cooperative society, or any public corporation, in such an instance, right, this act will not become applicable. So basically, to get the gist, when your employer is the government or an associated arm of the government, this act will not become applicable. So there are only 4 occasions, right, where this act does not become applicable. Number 1, less than 15 workmen for the on average in the previous 6 months. You have worked not more than 180 days, doesn't become applicable. You are terminated because of retirement, does not become applicable. Your employer is either the government or, as I told you before, if it is an arm of the government also, this act will not become applicable. In every other situation, this act will become applicable. So then the next question becomes, one of importance, is that in case of termination, what is the legal effect and what you can do, right? So according to the provisions of this act, if your services are terminated by violating the provisions in the act, such termination becomes null and void. In simple terms, it has no validity. So what can you do once your services are terminated by the employer? It is very simple. You can write to your respective labor office stating that your employment has been terminated and that you are seeking relief. Right? That you are seeking relief under this act. And in case if you find it difficult to find your labor office, you can always write to the Commissioner of Labour. But then what happens is the Commissioner of Labour will send your request to your respective labour office and they will initiate the investigation. But this may take some longer time. So therefore, what you need to do is that if your services are terminated, if your employment is terminated, you can make a complaint about that fact. And you have to make sure that you do it before 6 months from such termination, right? So there is a prescription period of 6 months, right? Before that, you have to make sure that you make the complaint. And if your services are terminated as a result of closing down of a particular trade or industry, then again the employer is required to pay you compensation, even if it is a closed down, right? So in this situation, in this current situation, right, some industries might have to be closed down, right? But even then, you have a right to get compensation. And the Act in itself has provided a formula in order to calculate the amount of compensation. So according to the formula, which I will just read it out to you for your convenience, if you have been in employment, for 1 to 5 years, you will be paid compensation, right, at the rate of 2.5 months of salary for each year of service, right? So basically, if you have worked for 1 year, your amount of compensation will be 2.5 months of your salary. If it is 2 years, 5 months of your salary, right? If it is 5 years, it is 12.5 times your monthly salary. That is the amount of compensation that is required to be paid. And if you have worked for 6 to 14 years, then 2 months of salary for each year that is coming under years 6 to 14, right? So basically from first 5 years you are getting 12.5 months of salary, and if it is from 6 to 14 years you are entitled to get 30.5% of your basic salary, 30.5 times your basic salary. So if it is 15 to 19 years, it will be calculated for that period from 15 to 19 at 1.5 months salary per year, right? So then there is another calculation for 20 to 24 years, 1 month salary, and 25 to 34 years, 0.5 per month salary will be given. So it's like this. When it comes to the calculation, right, you are entitled to get, if you have worked for 34 years and if you are terminated, your services are terminated, 48 months salary, right? That is 4 years worth of salary. And these rights, right, you should be aware of them in order to protect them. So what you need to do is you need to be very vigilant about these provisions, and you need to make the complaint within 6 months in order to get this relief. And then there is this other matter. What happens if there is a contract between the parties and that contract says that your services could be terminated either by giving 1 month, 2 months or 3 months notice? Will this act become applicable? In such a situation, this act will not become applicable for the most part, since you have agreed in your contract of employment as to how termination is to be done. So if you give notice from either end, let's say 1 month notice, 2 month notice, and if that right is reserved to both the parties to resign from the job if you are the employee, or to terminate your employment if it is the employer, in such a situation this act would not become applicable. However, if you have worked for a prolonged period of time, let's say 5, 6, 7, 10 years like that, in such an instant, right, if even by invoking the provisions of the contract they try to terminate your services, you can still seek relief from the labor tribunal. That is not the focus of this discussion, but still there is a way for you to get some relief. So another point that I want to make out is that if the Commissioner of Labour orders compensation, or the Commissioner of Labour can even reinstate you in your position, right? The Commissioner of Labour is given wider array of discretionary powers with regard to a termination that contravenes the provisions of this Act. And further to this point, right, if the employer fails to comply with an order given by the Commissioner of Labour, the matter can be taken up to the magistrate court, which has penal powers, and therefore implementing the decisions or the decision given by the Commissioner of Labour would also become much more easier. Right? I hope that this video will help you to clear some of the doubts that you may have regarding your security of employment or security of tenure. And if you have any questions, right, please write your questions in the comments below, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. So I hope to meet you again with this kind of a question, right, relating to your employment rights, not during the period of corona or the COVID virus, but in general as well. So for the time being, I will sign out, and I hope you all keep yourselves fit and safe, and I wish you all the very best. Right? Thank you very much.